All right. I'm here on the classy side of the strip. MGM, if you know, you know. If you've been to Vegas, Caesars, step it up. I'm in probably my favorite property on the whole strip, the Aria. You can see the sign in the back there. And I'm going to quickly just go over my prediction for this fight. Canelo versus CHARLO, weigh-ins over. All pre-fight festivities out of the way. It's actually fight day. It's the ass crack of the morning. It's like 6 a.m. right now. Fight day. Here working. And, this fight overall to me is, a case of styles make fights. And I'm starting to see a lot of people actually giving CHARLO, a big chance. I'm seeing some people picking the upset, which I would not invalidate that because, I have a big respect for CHARLO as well. I'm a big fan of both of these guys, CHARLO as well as Canelo. So I'm not really biased at all in this. I like both of these guys. Over the years, I've always thought that the CHARLOs were a, no-brainer for a Canelo opponent. When you struggle to find big names, they've been right there in the division, both of them. I always thought it was going to be Jamal, the bigger CHARLO, but we got little CHARLO, Jamel, facing off with the Canelo. And I think essentially Bivol laid out the game plan to beat Canelo. Nobody else is Floyd. You're not going to beat him like Floyd did. I'm sorry. Maybe when he gets older, but nobody's going to beat him like Floyd did. Just making him miss nonstop all night. That's not going to happen. That was young Canelo. He's a different guy now. Bivol laid out the plan to beat him in his current state, which is volume, activity, staying all over him, and also having the chin to withstand his punches when he starts to flurry late. In my fight prediction that I did for Tank Davis versus Ryan Garcia, I said that his style is similar to Canelo, just like I said with Haney versus Lomachenko. All these guys are very slow starters. Lomachenko, Tank, Canelo, they'll let you bank the first 1, 2, 3, maybe even 4 rounds. They're downloaded. If you watch Tank Ryan, it ended up exactly like that. If you watch Canelo versus, Canelo versus Kovalev, that's exactly what it was. Canelo versus Billy Joe Saunders, that's exactly what it was. Canelo versus Caleb Plant, early in the fight, it's like, oh damn, this dude actually has a chance. He's winning some rounds against Canelo. I'm surprised. And then Canelo just turns it up and he gets him out of there late. So, as I said, Bivol has the volume for when Canelo is coasting and when he's filling you out those first 4 rounds. You can't let him just fill you out. You gotta set the tone. You gotta be all over him, and you got to be very aggressive early. But this is where the styles make fights comes into this situation, because CHARLO is not known to be a volume guy. CHARLO is almost like a mock-up of Canelo. He's a slow starter. He'll lose some rounds early. Look at the Harrison fight. He'll lose some rounds early. Then he will turn it on at the end and he'll get you out of there. They're precision fighters. They don't throw a lot, but when they do throw, it matters. They're snipers. They're not unloading on you. They're waiting for that one, and then they're going to lay you down with the one. Unfortunately, I don't think that CHARLO, coming up from 154 all the way to 168, is going to be able to use that style on Canelo. I don't think he's going to be able to turn it up late and hurt Canelo. Canelo's fought these guys at bigger weight classes that I believe are just as much or more in terms of punching power as CHARLO. If he can withstand Kovalev, it was a wash Kovalev, respectfully, but that's a very big guy. It's 175. He withstood punches from Triple G 3 times. So I'm leaning heavy Canelo. I'm thinking that, CHARLO may come out early aggressive, but being that that's not his natural style, I don't think it's going to work. He likes to catch guys in exchanges. Charlo will get you to exchange back and forth with him. He throws some crazy punches. You throw some wild punches. Then he slips that left. He has a nasty left hook. He'll catch you in exchanges. Canelo does not. Canelo's not going to exchange with you. Canelo goes when he wants to go. If you want to unload on Canelo, just like the Bivol fight, he'll just sit there and cover up. He has good defense. He has a great, phenomenal all-time chin. He'll just sit there and let you blow your wad. Pause. So I don't believe that Charlo has otherworldly power that's going to force Canelo to do anything that he's never done before. That is assuming that Canelo is not past it. This is coming on the pretense of Canelo is not washed, the hand injury was legit, and that the John Ryder fight and the third Triple G fight was kind of a fluke because he was injured. If his injury was legitimate, which I believe, I think that wasn't the best Canelo we saw. I think John Ryder, Canelo at his best should get him out of there. But if that version of Canelo, if the John Ryder version of Canelo shows up and the best version of Charlo shows up, Charlo can win. Charlo will win. If the best version of Charlo shows up and the Canelo from the last two fights shows up, I got Charlo. But I don't think that's the case. Canelo has a lot of fights under his belt, but he's still very young. He hasn't taken a hell of a lot of damage. So yeah, man, I'm going to go Canelo by decision. Also, man, it's Vegas. Canelo's the cash cow, the face of boxing. And it's going to be hard to get a decision over Canelo unless you drop him or unless you apply crazy volume and just outstrike him so much that it's impossible to give it to him, like the Bivol fight. I don't think Charlo's going to do that. Charlo might make it close, but if it's close, they're going to give it to Canelo. So I'm going to go Canelo by decision. I think it's going to be a good fight. I think Charlo's going to surprise and beat me. Charlo's going to win some rounds. Charlo's going to be respectable after this fight. And maybe he'll fight Crawford. Maybe Canelo will fight Crawford. I really want to see Canelo versus Benavidez. And then Crawford versus Jamel. And then Jamal versus Caleb Plant. That's just my framing of fights for the next year or so. I would love that. 2023 has been an incredible year for boxing. If we get this fight, and then we somehow get Caleb Plant versus Jamal, and Fury versus Usyk before the end of the year, this is one of the best years I've had in my life. I was born in 1997. This is one of the best years I've seen in my entire life of boxing. I'm an MMA fan and a boxing fan. UFC is known for, Dana White has the iron fist. He'll make the best fights. But honestly, I think boxing is cooking the UFC this year. So I'm excited. Let me know in the comments what y'all think. Should be a good fight. Vegas, we did it again. Let's go. I'm out. Yo, also, if you need a way to watch the fights, this fight, as well as any other big boxing fight, UFC fight, I do everything. I go live here on YouTube, on Twitch, and on my Kick account. Oh, I got music. I can't try to get copyrighted. But if you need somewhere to watch the fights, I got you every time. My Discord's underneath, will be in the bio. Or not the bio. My Discord will be in the description. All the details are there. I'll get you a way to watch the fight for free 99. If you know what I mean. Wink, wink. Yeah, I'll get y'all together. So let me know. Let's go.